What is up, guys? Almighty D's is back again for another story. And in the comment section of my last video, y'all put y'all wanted to hear a drug story. So, I'm giving y'all a drug story. This is the first time I ever tripped shrooms. Leave in the comments below what you want to hear next, and I'll do it. So, let's get right into it. I guess I'll start it. Alright, I started off with, I was with my friend, we'll call him Jonesy. And my friend, we'll call him El Manuel. So, I was with two friends. And he got a whole ounce of shrooms, and we were like, dude, let's take some. So we're like, man, let's just take an eighth. Go hard or go home. Like, I know some people, like, I'll be watching our YouTube videos, say just go about half an eighth or 2 grams. My suggestion is, if you're really trying to trip and, like, lose your fucking mind, take a whole eighth. But anyways, I digress. So, we go to McDonald's. It's about, 6 o'clock at night. So we go to McDonald's. I get a McDouble. My friend gets like a McChicken or something. And my other friend, so it was me and Jonesy. We were the two tripping. My friend El Manuel, he was not tripping. He was gonna kind of be our trip sitter. And I do really suggest that, guys. If you're gonna trip, try to have at least one dude, just in case you have a bad trip. Because I've had bad trips before. I can do another story on that. But just in case you have a bad trip, you want someone there to be like, dude, you're fine. You're just tripping. And also another good thing is to have like a bar or any type of benzo, like a Klonopin, because those kill your trips. But I didn't have anything. We just had our friend, and he was gonna be like the dude taking care of us. So then we got we start I put the eighth in the McChicken. He puts his eighth in the McDouble. I don't know which one, who had McChicken, who had McDouble. But anyway, we put in some shitty little McDonald's thing, which weighed him up. Not really too good of a taste, but I didn't really expect it to be too good. So then we start playing zombies, like, cause we wanted something like to do. We're like, what should we do before we start tripping? Let's just start playing some zombies. So we play zombies. We play some Keno till we were out last round like 20 or something. And by the time we're done, I kind of look around, and like this is like 30 minutes in, and the walls kind of look like kind of weird. It was just like barely anything. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna just sit down and lay down. So I start laying down, and I start seeing like squiggly, like, when you close your eyes, how you can, like, some kind of, you see some shit, but when you're tripping, dude, you see like all kinds of shit. Like, it was weird. I was like, whoa, man, this is kind of crazy. And my friend's like over there sitting on his phone. I was like, dude, you feeling anything? He's like, no, not really. Like, look out the window of my friend's apartment complex, and the streetlights outside look like they're getting bright then dim, bright then dim. And I was like, oh man, dude, this is weird. Like, I asked my friend, I was like, dude, look at them streetlights outside. He looks outside, my friend Jonesy, he was tripping with me. He looks outside, he's like, dang, dude, they look like they're flashing. So we get my friend El Manuel, who's not tripping. He's like kind of our tripster. I'm like, dude, are those lights flickering on and off? He's like, no, what are y'all talking about? The lights are normal. And then, like, I look around, I look at my friend's face. Looks like there's like water falling over it. And I remember I like go to touch his face, and he like smacks my arm away. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I was like, sorry, dude, is there water on your face? He's like, you really think there's water? I was like, oh man, dude, I'm tripping. I look at the walls are like turning green and like light pinkish at this point, and I'm like, damn, dude. Like, I started kind of getting happy. I was like, holy shit, dude, I'm tripping for my first time ever. So I was like, it's pretty cool. And I was like, dude, let's go smoke a blunt. He's like, hell yeah, dude, let's go smoke a blunt. So our friend El Manuel, he was gonna be our driver. Like, so we were driving my car, which I have a Cadillac CTS. So pretty nice little car. And so we go downstairs and into we're upstairs in these like apartment complex, but we go downstairs out to the parking lot. We get in my car, and we sit there and start rolling up. And I remember I just could not get over how nice I thought my car looked. Like, I was in my passenger seat, my friend El Manuel was driving, my friend Jonesy was in the back seat. I remember just like touching my car, being like, dude, is my car always this fucking nice? Just like, like tripping out. I'm like, dude, I really like my car. And everybody was like, dude, this the same car you always had. So, we roll up the blunt, and we start listening to like some Kid Cudi, dude. It was fucking awesome. We get into the Cut, which is Cut. If you don't know what that is, where I'm from, it's kind of like country in a way. And there's a bunch of like rural roads, and we go like smoke weed on them roads. So we were like just driving around in the Cut, in the country, smoking a blunt. And my thing is, I forgot to pass it to El Manuel, like the one sober dude. Like, he liked smoking weed, but wasn't really trying to trip shrooms. So I like forgot to pass it to him. So it was only me and Jonesy smoking in the Cut, listening to some like Kid Cudi, Trapped in My Mind, Pursuit of Happiness, Day and Night. And that's the best type of music to listen to. when you're tripping, you don't want that hardcore Young Thug, Lil Wayne shit. You want that like chill Kid Cudi, maybe some Kanye West. Like, you know, you want some chill music, man. You want to be vibing. Maybe even, I don't really like rock music. Actually, I don't listen to it at all. But maybe there's some like mellow rock music or something. Maybe some reggae. Like, it was really setting a great mood. So, you know, we smoke and then we're like, dude, what are we gonna do? Cause I forgot to mention my friend El Manuel, whose house we're at. He lives with his parents. So we couldn't just like be in his house like tripping balls, you know? Like his parents wouldn't. I was like, dude, let's just ride around the city. So we were like riding around the city, and and everything was just so like I remember we were like a place where I always aim, and I didn't know where the fuck we were at. I was like, where the fuck are we at? And my friend Jonesy was in the back. He didn't know where the fuck we were at either. Dude, where are you taking us? He was like, dude, we're right next to the fucking Walmart. I mean, we're not anywhere. We're in the middle of fucking town. Like, I lived here for like, I moved here when I was 5. I was 19 at the time. Like, I knew where the fuck we at, but I was so gone. And I remember out of nowhere, we were riding downtown. And my friend's like, my toe. I was like, dude, what the fuck happened? He's like, dude, I hurt my fucking my toe. I think it's broken. And I remember I said this. I was like, wait, how did you hurt your toe while tripping shrooms in a car? Like, and we just busted out laughing. I was like, what the fuck did you do back there? You're just in a car sitting down. You didn't kick anything. All of a sudden, and I remember he kept complaining about it. He's like, oh, dude, my toe. Dude, I think I fucked it up. I was like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you? And then like I remember my friend pointing out how like he was sober. I was like, what? You're not high? He's like, I didn't even smoke with y'all. And we're like, oh no, like, you know, we were like, oh man, damn, we need to go back to your house right now and get some more weed. Let's go get you high. And he's like, nah, man, we can't just go upstairs and back downstairs in my house, because we kept all our shit in his room, because his parents were like, they're Hispanic. That's why I call him El Manuel. They didn't speak English, so I don't think they even knew that we did drugs. We just always like kept shit in his house, and I don't know, it was a pretty cool spot to go to for real. But yeah, so we just like ride around town till we get back to his. And, you know, about an hour goes by. We get back to his house, and I was like, dude, let's just fucking walk around. So I remember, dude, it was like the middle of like February at this time, so we were outside trying to walk around. And I remember I was watching like Game of Thrones at the time. And if you know what like White Walkers are, I got like all of a sudden like real scared that we were gonna see some like ghost type people or something. I was like, man, it's fucking cold. I was like, I could die in the cold. I was like, what if we don't make it inside? Like, you know, just thinking stupid stuff. I was like, dude, fuck it, let's go back in your house. So I remember we had to try to keep our cool for like fucking 2 seconds while we walk back past his parents. So, you know, we walk in his house and I like see his parents. I remember it was like the most trippiest thing ever, seeing them, like knowing that they were foreign. Like, you know, I'm foreign too. I'm from Bosnia. But like just seeing foreign people and being like I don't know, I thought they were like cute little creatures. I don't know, dude, I was tripping. No disrespect to Hispanics. Those were most of my friends are Hispanics. But yeah, it was just, you know, I was tripping. I was like, oh, dude, that's fucking crazy. So we go in his room, and dude, like all of a sudden we smell the worst smell ever. Like I'm about to fucking throw up. I'm like, oh. And I like when you're tripping, like everything's so much more vivid. And I'm like, oh. I can't, like, the trip starts going bad, and my friend, I was like, dude, what is that smell? And my friend's like, oh, dude, I stepped in shit. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna go wash my shoes in the shower. So he goes out there, washes his shoes, and me and my friend El Manuel are sitting, you know, on his bed together, and we turn on Mad Men. I don't know if you ever seen this on Netflix. Check it out if you do. But there's this part where this dude's like filthy fucking rich, and you can tell, and he's in bed with like some badass bitch. You know, and the thing is, they just fucked. Like, you knew they just fucked. And I remember just laying there, and I was like, hey, Manny, what do you want right now? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, you want $20? You want a blunt? You want a bad bitch in bed? Yeah, I guess I really like all that. So I literally pull out $20 out of my wallet. I'm like, here. He's like, dude, what the fuck's wrong? Why are you giving me money? I was like, man, I don't want anything right now. Like, I was feeling that good from tripping. I did not have, that's the only time in my life I did not have any needs, or wants, my bad. Like, I didn't want anything. I just was enjoying myself so much. I was like, man, to be honest, El Manuel, to be honest, I'd rather be laying in this bed with you right now than being there filthy rich. And he starts laughing. He's like, man, you fucking gay. And my friend Jonesy comes in and like hears him laughing. He's like, what, man? What's so funny? You know, he tells him what he said, that I'd rather be right here like tripping in his bed than with some badass bitch. And my friend agrees with me. He's like, yeah, man, I'd rather be right here with y'all too. And then I was like, and I gave him $20. You should give him a blunt. So my friend literally gives him a blunt. He's like, here, man. I was like, man, we don't need anything, you know, like really like drugged up stupid shit. And then what we did for basically the rest of the time is just like laid there in the bed, watched Mad Men until it kind of like died down, you know, the trippiness. But another thing I really recognized when I was tripping, you know, so later on we went to go smoke again, like after we kind of quit tripping. And my friend, like, you were talking about the trip. I was like, you know what I really realized, man? He's like, what? The whole world's in my head. Like, when I was tripping, like, everything was blue and pink. Everything was, like, vibrating. And I felt so, like, smart, like, and inquisitive. Like, I wasn't part of society. And that's why I, like, try to explain to my friend. But he just thought I was crazy. He's like, no, man, the world's not in your head. And there was real shit. I was like, but it's all about perspective. But he didn't really understand it like I did. But, yeah, I hope y'all like that story. That's the first time I ever tripped shrooms. Leave in the comments what y'all want me to do next. I can do, I saw someone else put, they wanted me a story when I got caught, selling drugs. So, you know, whatever you want, first time I was in jail, I'll do it. Just comment down below. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out of here.